Hello, English learners. Welcome back to Talk English Now. I'm Sarah, and today we're going to talk about something very important: how to actually train your mouth to speak English more fluently. Many learners think fluency is just about grammar, vocabulary, or memorizing phrases. But the truth is deeper than that. Fluency lives in your mouth, in your lips, in your tongue, and in the way you produce sound. And if you don't train those parts of your body, you will always feel blocked when you try to speak. Think about this for a moment. You've probably studied English for months or even years. Maybe you've read books, watched countless videos, and listened carefully to lessons. But when you try to speak, your voice hesitates, your words sound broken, or your brain goes blank. Does this sound familiar? It happens not because you are bad at English, but because your mouth has never been trained to move like an English speaker's mouth. Your muscles are comfortable with your native language sounds, but English has a different rhythm, a different shape, and a different flow. Until you train your mouth to make those movements, fluency will always feel just out of reach. Imagine a person reading 100 books about how to run. They know every tip, every breathing technique, and every exercise, but they never actually put on their shoes and run outside. What happens when they finally try? They stumble, they struggle, their body is not ready. That is exactly what happens with English. You might understand it perfectly, but your mouth hasn't built the strength, flexibility, and memory to produce fluent speech. And without practice, your confidence breaks down. But here's the exciting news. You can change this. You can train your mouth in the same way an athlete trains muscles in the gym. You can strengthen your lips, your jaw, and your tongue. And when you do, something magical happens. Your speech begins to flow, your words come faster, and your confidence rises because you finally feel in control of your English voice. So, in this lesson, I want you to imagine your mouth as a musical instrument. When an instrument is stiff or out of tune, the music sounds awkward. But when it's warmed up and trained, the sound becomes smooth, natural, and powerful. English is music, too. It has beats, rhythm, linking sounds, and natural clusters. To play this music well, you need to prepare your instrument, your mouth, every day. Let's begin with something simple, a warm-up. Just like singers warm up before they perform, you can warm up before you practice English. Gently roll your lips together like a soft, buzzing sound. This helps loosen your mouth and makes your speech smoother. Stretch your tongue slowly out and back in, side to side. This may feel silly at first, but it activates muscles you usually don't use. Open your jaw wide, then close it gently, repeating a few times to release tension. Smile as wide as you can, hold it, then relax. All of these movements wake up your speaking muscles. And when your mouth is awake, your English flows more freely. Now let's try speaking with awareness. I want you to look into an imaginary mirror. Imagine you are looking at yourself as you speak. Say the sentence, "This is my voice. I am speaking with confidence." Say it slowly, watching in your mind how your lips, tongue, and jaw move. Then say it again, a little faster, and again, a little smoother. Every time you repeat, notice how your mouth adapts. This is not about sounding perfect, it's about training movement. Because English is not just knowledge, it is movement, and movement needs practice. Think about how children learn. They don't sit down with grammar books first. They move their mouths, they copy sounds, they make mistakes, they laugh, they repeat, and slowly their fluency grows. You can do the same by repeating small, simple sentences. Practice them daily until they feel natural, just like brushing your teeth. Small routines done every day are what create big changes in your speaking ability. Let's practice another sentence together. Say with me slowly, I am learning to speak clearly. Stretch every sound. I am learning to speak clearly. Now, say it again, smoothly. I am learning to speak clearly. And once more, faster. I'm learning to speak clearly. Can you feel the difference? This is called building a fluency loop, moving from slow to normal to fast and back again. Each time you do it, your brain tells your mouth, yes, this is easier now, and your speech becomes more natural. Fluency also depends on how you connect words. In many languages, people speak word by word, pausing in between. But English flows in clusters, groups of words that are spoken together. For example, instead of saying, I am going to the market, native speakers say, I'm going to the market. It flows as one unit. When you practice linking words, you begin to sound smoother and more confident. Let's try another one. Instead of, what are you doing? Say it as a cluster, what you doing? Notice how it feels faster and more natural. At first, it may seem strange, but with practice, your mouth will learn to link sounds without thinking. This is one of the biggest secrets to sounding fluent. Remember, fluency is not about having perfect grammar. You don't need to sound like a native speaker. You don't need an expensive course. What you need is daily training. Even for Jay, used 5 minutes. Your mouth is like a muscle. If you train it, it grows stronger. If you don't, it stays weak. The good news is that 5 minutes of smart practice every day can completely change the way you speak in 1 month. So from today, I want you to stop thinking of English only as something in your head. Think of it as something in your body, in your lips, your tongue, your jaw, your breath. And every time you speak, you are training those muscles. The more you train, the easier it becomes. And soon, speaking English will feel as natural as speaking your first language. In this video, I will guide you step by step through techniques that not only improve your English knowledge, but actually build your fluency muscles. Together, we will practice warm-ups, mirror speaking, shadowing, fluency loops, and emotional speaking. By the end, you will feel more comfortable, more confident, and more fluent in English. This is not just theory. This is training. And training always leads to results. So take a deep breath. Relax your shoulders and get ready to use your mouth in a new way. Remember, English is not just a subject. It is a living sound, and your voice is the instrument. And today, you are learning to play it with power, clarity, and fluency. Let's continue together. Now that your mouth is awake and you understand why training it matters, let's focus on building real fluency habits. Remember, fluency is not just about knowing what to say. It's about how your body produces those sounds consistently and naturally. So in this part, I want you to focus on practical training methods that you can use daily, even if you only have a few minutes. Start with the mirror technique. This is one of the most powerful ways to build speaking confidence. When you stand in front of a mirror and look into your own eyes as you speak, you remove the fear of judgment from others. You become your own audience. You learn to accept your voice, your expressions, and your sound. It may feel strange at first, but trust me, after a few days, you'll begin to feel powerful. Because when you can face yourself, you can face anyone. Try this with me. Stand in front of an imaginary mirror and say slowly, "This is my voice. I am speaking with strength." Repeat it 5 times. The first time, say it gently. The second time, a little stronger. The third time, with more speed. The fourth time, with more energy. And the 5th time, as if you're speaking to inspire someone else. Notice how your mouth moves differently each time. Notice how your voice changes. This is training your brain and your mouth together. Another effective method is shadow speaking. This means you listen to a short sentence in English and immediately repeat it, trying to match the speed, tone, and rhythm of the speaker. You don't translate, you don't think too much, you just follow the sound. It's like dancing with music. You match the beat. At first, you might feel slow or clumsy, but with practice, you'll notice that your mouth reacts faster. Your brain doesn't freeze because your muscles know what to do. For example, imagine you hear the sentence, "I don't think that's a good idea." Instead of repeating it word by word, copy the flow. "I don't think that's a good idea." Say it again. "I don't think that's a good idea." Each time, try to sound closer to the rhythm you heard. This builds a direct connection between your ear and your mouth, which is the secret of real fluency, not memorizing rules, but reacting to sounds. Now let's talk about speed training. One of the biggest reasons learners feel nervous is because they always practice slowly. But real conversations don't wait for you. People speak fast, sentences flow quickly, and if your mouth isn't used to speed, you freeze. That's why I want you to practice what I call the fluency loop. You take one sentence, say it slowly first, then normally, then fast. Repeat that cycle 3 times. This trains your muscles for flexibility so you can adjust your speed whenever needed. Let's try with the sentence, "I'm going to improve my English." Say it slowly. I am going to improve my English. Then say it at a normal pace. I'm going to improve my English. Then fast, I'm gonna improve my English. Do this cycle 3 times, slow, normal, fast. Each round will feel smoother, and soon your mouth will stop resisting speed. it will begin to flow naturally without overthinking. One of the most overlooked parts of speaking is rhythm. English is not a flat language. It has highs and lows, stresses and soft spots, just like music. If you speak every word with the same tone, it sounds robotic. But if you speak with rhythm, even simple sentences sound fluent and confident. For example, listen to the difference. I am learning English. Flat and robotic. Now with rhythm, I'm learning English. Can you hear how it flows better? This is what makes you sound alive in English. Here's a fun way to practice rhythm. Choose 3 small phrases like, let me know, give me a minute, what do you think? And say them almost like a short song. Repeat them several times, even with a little beat in your head. Let me know, let me know, let me know. This rhythm practice helps your mouth feel comfortable with clusters of words instead of breaking them into pieces. And when your speech flows in clusters, people understand you more easily, and they feel you're fluent. Now, I want to give you a confidence reminder. Speaking fluently is not about being perfect. Native speakers make mistakes all the time. They restart sentences. They say and They mix up words, but they don't stop. They keep flowing. And that's what makes them sound fluent. So don't be afraid to make mistakes. Instead, focus on keeping your mouth moving. Fluency is more about flow than perfection. Let's do a short practice right now. Repeat after me with full energy. It's okay to make mistakes, but it's not okay to stay silent. Say it slowly once, then say it normally, then say it fast, as if you're declaring it to the world. When you say this sentence daily, it becomes a belief, and that belief will change the way you speak. Because fluency begins when fear ends. I also want to remind you of the importance of recording yourself. When you record your voice and listen back, you hear things you never noticed before. Maybe your speed, maybe your clarity, maybe your rhythm. And at first, you might not like how your voice sounds. That's normal. Everyone feels that way. But after a few days of consistent practice, you'll start to notice improvement, and that motivates you to keep going. This simple step can double your progress because you're not just speaking, you're also analyzing and improving. Another tip I want you to use is emotional practice. Instead of saying every sentence like a textbook robot, try saying it with different emotions. For example, take the sentence, I can do this. Say it happily, with a smile. Say it angrily, with power. Say it sadly, with a softer tone. Each time, notice how your voice changes and how your mouth moves differently. This trains you to express more than just words. It trains you to express feelings. And English is a language of feelings, not just grammar. Right now, say with me, I can do this. Say it once with excitement, again with determination, and again with calm confidence. Did you notice how each version feels different? This is the secret to speaking in a way that connects with people. Because when you add emotion, people don't just hear your words, they feel your message. And that is what makes your English powerful. Before we move to the next part, let me ask you something. Are you starting to feel that fluency is not about studying harder, but about training smarter? It's about daily habits, small exercises, and consistent movement of your mouth. If you agree, then you're already on the right path. And here's a gentle reminder. If you're enjoying this lesson, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel for more daily English practice. Your support helps us continue making lessons that guide you step by step on your journey to fluency. So, as we continue, remember this. Speaking English fluently is not about learning more rules, it's about creating more moments of practice. Every time you open your mouth and speak, you're training. Every repetition adds strength to your fluency muscles, and every day you practice, you're one step closer to becoming the confident English speaker you dream of being. Now that we've built a foundation with warm-ups, mirror work, and fluency loops, let's go deeper into how to make your English sound smooth and natural. Because many learners can say words correctly, but they still sound stiff, robotic, or too slow. And the reason is simple. They haven't learned to speak in sound clusters, the natural way English actually flows in conversation. Think about how music works. No one plays one note, stops, and then plays another note. Music flows in phrases, in rhythm, in harmony. English works the same way. Fluent speakers don't pronounce each word separately. They blend sounds together in small groups. We call these clusters. And when you master them, even if your grammar is not perfect, you will sound fluent, natural, and confident. Let's look at an example. Many learners say slowly, I am going to the market. But native speakers say it as one unit. I'm going to the market. Smooth, connected, flowing. Another example is the question, what are you doing? Learners break it into pieces, but fluent speakers blend it. What you doing? Fast, natural, and musical. This is not about laziness, it's about rhythm. English loves shortcuts, and your mouth must learn them if you want to sound fluent. Let's practice together. Say with me slowly first. Did you eat? Now link it smoothly. Did you eat? Notice how it almost sounds like one word. Try it again, 5 times. Did you eat? 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 At first, it may feel strange, but with repetition, it becomes natural. Your tongue begins to move faster, your lips adapt, and your fluency grows. This is training your mouth to speak like English, not just translate from your native language. Here's another example. I do not know. Many learners say it word by word, but fluent speakers say, I don't know. Short, simple, natural. Say it with me. I don't know. Again, I don't know. One more time, faster. I don't know. This is how your English will begin to flow like water, instead of stopping at every rock in the stream. To train this skill daily, choose 3 common clusters and repeat them like a short song. Let's try 3 right now. Let me know. Gimme a minute. Want to see it? First, say them slowly and clearly, then say them fast. Like you're singing a rhythm. Let me know. Gimme a minute. Want to see it? Repeat it again and again until your mouth feels comfortable. This repetition is like teaching your body to dance with English sounds. And once your body learns the dance, it doesn't forget. Another powerful exercise is creating your own sentences with clusters. Take "gonna go now," for example. Build a sentence. I'm gonna go now, see you later. Repeat it 5 times in one smooth flow. I'm gonna go now, see you later. Don't stop between words. Let them flow like one connected sound. When you do this daily, your fluency rises quickly because you're training the exact movements your mouth needs in real conversations. You can also add music to your practice. Put on a soft beat or rhythm and say your sentences with the beat. For example, let me know, let me know, let me know. When you match your speaking with music, your brain and mouth connect rhythmically and your speech feels smoother. English is not a silent language, it's a flowing sound. So let your practice flow like music. Let's now talk about why sounding smooth is more important than sounding perfect. Many learners focus too much on grammar. They think, what tense should I use? What if I make a mistake? But fluency is not about having 0 mistakes. It's about sounding natural enough that people can understand you easily and feel comfortable listening to you. People forgive grammar mistakes, but they notice broken rhythm. So instead of worrying about being perfect, focus on being smooth. That's what makes you sound fluent, even with simple words. Here's a short practice for you. Repeat the sentence, I want to do it. First slowly, I want to do it. Then linked smoothly, I want to do it. Say it 5 times. I want to do it, 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 I want to do it. This small change takes you from textbook English to real fluent English, and it all comes from training your mouth, not your memory. Now let's bring in another technique that combines fluency and confidence. Recording your clusters. Each day, choose 3 short clusters, record yourself saying them 10 times, and listen back. At first, you might hear your accent strongly, or maybe you'll notice breaks in rhythm. Don't worry. That's the point of recording. It gives you feedback, and by day 3, you'll already hear a difference. By day 7, your voice will sound smoother, and by day 30, you'll be speaking with a rhythm that feels fluent and natural. To make this even more powerful, use the mirror as well. Stand in front of it, look at yourself, and say your clusters with emotion. For example, what do you think? Say it calmly once. Then with curiosity, then with excitement. The mirror adds presence to your voice, and when you feel comfortable speaking to yourself, you'll feel more comfortable speaking to others. This is how you slowly kill the fear of judgment, because you realize your voice belongs to you, and you control it. Here's a motivational truth you must remember. Fluency is not something you suddenly wake up with one day. It is something you build brick by brick, practice by practice, cluster by cluster. Every time you say, let me know smoothly, every time you repeat, I don't know, naturally, you are building your fluency wall. And one day, you'll look back and realize how strong it has become, not because of one big effort, but because of many small, consistent ones. So let's do one final exercise for this part. I want you to say 3 clusters with me as if you're having a conversation with a friend. Ready? Let me know. Give me a minute. I'm gonna go now. Now connect them into a short conversation. Hey, let me know if you're free. Give me a minute. I'll be ready. I'm gonna go now. See you later. Say it smoothly, no pauses between words, as one natural flow, and repeat this 3 times. Each time, your mouth gets more comfortable and your brain stops translating. This is the path to fluency. So, as you practice today, remember, your goal is not to sound perfect. Your goal is to sound alive, smooth, natural, confident. English is music, and your mouth is the instrument. Play it daily, practice with rhythm, and soon you'll feel the transformation, because fluency is not magic, it's training. And you are already training by practicing right now with me. At this stage, you've warmed up your mouth, practiced in the mirror, learned fluency loops, and explored sound clusters. Now it's time to bring something even more powerful into your training, connecting your brain and your mouth together, because fluency is not just about physical training, it's also about mental training. Your brain is the pilot, and your mouth is the airplane. If the pilot is nervous, the flight will never be smooth, no matter how strong the airplane is. Many learners know the words, but when they try to speak, their mind gets noisy. What if I make a mistake? What if people laugh? What if I sound stupid? These thoughts freeze your mouth before the words even come out. So in this part, we're going to work on mental habits that give your voice freedom, because your mouth cannot speak fluently if your brain does not believe in your fluency. First, I want you to practice speaking with emotion. Most learners practice like robots. They focus only on correctness. They say things flatly, without feeling. But English is not a robotic code, it's a human language. It lives in feelings, in tone, in energy. So instead of asking, "Is my grammar right?" ask, "Am I connecting with emotion?" Because people will forget your small grammar mistakes, but they will remember your energy. Let's try this together. Say the sentence, "I'm happy to be here." If you say it without emotion, it sounds like, "I'm happy to be here," flat and lifeless. But if you say it with a smile, with real energy, "I'm happy to be here," suddenly it feels alive. People feel your happiness, and that is fluency. Fluency is about connection, not just correctness. Practice this daily by choosing one sentence and saying it with 3 different emotions: happy, surprised, and serious. Notice how your voice and your mouth change with each version. Another powerful way to train your brain and mouth together is to practice like an actor, not a student. Actors don't just read lines, they bring them to life. They change their tone, their body language, their expression, and that's why they sound natural and confident. You can do the same with English practice. Pick a short sentence like, "I can't believe this happened." Say it once as if you're excited, again as if you're angry, again as if you're nervous. Each time your voice changes, your mouth moves differently, and your confidence grows. This method works because when you act, you stop overthinking. You stop worrying about mistakes. You stop judging yourself. And instead, you simply live the sentence. You become the energy of the words, and this freedom is what allows your fluency to shine. So every day, choose one line and act it out with 3 emotions. It may feel silly at first, but it's powerful. Training that makes your English sound alive. Now let's talk about shortcuts for fluency. One reason learners speak slowly is because they think in their native language first. They translate in their head, then try to speak in English. This process is slow, heavy, and full of mistakes. To break this habit, you need to train your brain to react automatically in English without translation. One simple method is what I call "this means that." Whenever you learn a phrase, don't translate it into your native language. Instead, connect it to a picture, a situation, or an emotion. For example, if you hear "let's catch up sometime," don't think of the translation. Instead, imagine 2 friends meeting after a long time, smiling, having coffee. Your brain immediately understands the meaning without translation. Or when you hear "I'm starving," don't think of a dictionary word. Imagine being very hungry, your stomach growling, and food on the table. This method builds automatic reactions in English. No translation, no delay, just instant fluency. Here's a quick practice. Repeat the phrase, "I'm starving." But while saying it, imagine you are truly hungry. Let your face show it. Let your body feel it. Say it again with that emotion. Suddenly, the phrase feels natural because your brain and mouth are connected by meaning, not just words. This is how you reprogram your fluency system. To make this stronger, add movement to your practice. Don't just sit still while speaking. Stand up, move your hands, change your posture, walk around. When your body moves, your brain remembers better, your voice becomes louder, and your confidence grows. Think about great speakers. They don't sit still and whisper. They move, they gesture, they express. You can do the same in your English practice, even when you're alone. This is not just speaking, it's performing. And when you perform, you train confidence. Now let's put this all together in a short daily routine. Spend 1 minute speaking 3 sentences with full emotion. Say them happily, then angrily, then calmly. Then 1 minute acting each line like a scene in a movie. Then 1 minute walking around while speaking the same lines. Then 1 minute in front of the mirror saying them with power. And finally, 1 minute recording your voice and listening for energy. Not grammar, but energy. 5 minutes total. And this 5-minute habit will completely change your confidence and your fluency. Let's try one line together right now. I will speak fluently no matter what. First say it slowly, clearly. I will speak fluently no matter what. Then say it with determination, louder. I will speak fluently no matter what. Then say it again, faster, with energy. I'll speak fluently no matter what. This is more than practice. This is a promise to yourself. And every time you say it, your brain believes it more, until one day it becomes your reality. Here's something important I want you to remember. Fluency is not about removing fear completely. Everyone feels nervous sometimes. Fluency is about speaking even when you feel nervous. It's about training your mouth to keep moving even when your brain wants to stop. And that's why these exercises work, because they don't just build your voice, they build your courage. So as we move forward, keep reminding yourself, English is not just words, it's identity. When you speak, you're not just saying vocabulary. You're showing your presence, your confidence, your personality. Don't hide behind silence. Don't wait until you're perfect. Use the exercises we're practicing. Train daily and slowly. Your brain and your mouth will become one team. When your mind believes and your mouth reacts instantly, that's when fluency becomes real. Let's finish this part with a powerful affirmation. Repeat after me 3 times with full voice and energy. I speak with feeling. I speak with truth. I speak with power. Say it once slowly, then faster again. Let the words sink into your mind and let your mouth feel their strength, because this is not just a sentence. It's a reflection of the speaker you are becoming. We've now worked on your mouth muscles, your clusters, your rhythm, and your brain-mouth connection. But there's one more skill you must master if you truly want to become fluent, and that is repetition. Not boring, robotic repetition, but smart, powerful, purposeful repetition. Because repetition is the bridge between silence and fluency. Without it, your progress disappears. With it, your fluency grows faster than you can imagine. Let me explain why repetition matters. When you repeat a sentence again and again, you are not only training your brain, you are training your mouth to remember the movement. Your lips, your tongue, your jaw learn to shape the sounds automatically. And the more they repeat, the less effort you need. It becomes natural. It becomes automatic. And that is fluency. Fluency is not thinking of every sound. It's letting your body do it without hesitation. But here's the warning. Many learners repeat the wrong way. They say the same sentence over and over in a flat, lifeless way, like this. I am going to the market. I am going to the market. I am going to the market. Robotic, boring, and useless. This doesn't train fluency, it only trains frustration. So in this part, I will show you how to repeat the right way, the way that actually builds power, speed, and confidence in your English. Let's take one simple sentence. I don't know what to say. We are going to train this in 5 stages. Stage 1 is slow clarity repetition. Say it very slowly, focusing on every sound. I don't know what to say. Stretch your vowels. Feel your lips and tongue moving. This teaches your mouth the exact movements it needs, like lifting a light weight slowly in the gym. Stage 2 is flow repetition. Now say the same sentence smoothly and naturally, connecting the words. I don't know what to say. Repeat it 5 times, keeping the flow steady. C is stage teaches you how to sound in real conversation. Smooth, not broken. Stage 3 is emotion repetition. Take the same line and say it with 3 different emotions. Sad. I don't know what to say. Angry. I don't know what to say. Confused. I don't know what to say. By changing emotions, you're not only practicing words, you're practicing tone, rhythm, and expression. This makes your English feel alive. Stage 4 is pressure repetition. Now say it fast, as quickly as you can, but still clear. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. This pushes your tongue and lips to react quickly, training your mouth to handle speed without freezing. Stage 5 is real-world repetition. Use the same line in 3 different situations. Imagine you're in a job interview. I don't know what to say, but I'm very grateful for this opportunity. Imagine you're with a friend. Wow, that's so kind of you. I don't know what to say. Imagine you're embarrassed. That was awkward. I don't know what to say. Now your brain learns to use the line in real life, not just in practice. This 5-step repetition system is powerful because it builds layers. First clarity, then flow, then emotion, then speed, then context. And once you practice this way, even 1 sentence per day becomes a tool you can actually use in real conversation. This is the difference between repeating like a parrot and repeating like a fluent speaker. Let's try another line together. Say, it's okay to make mistakes. First slowly, it's okay to make mistakes. Then flow. It's okay to make mistakes. Then 3 emotions. Proud, calm, and playful. Then fast. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to make mistakes. And finally, in context. It's okay to make mistakes. Everyone does. Can you feel how much more powerful this practice is compared to just repeating flatly? This method works because it keeps your brain interested. It doesn't let your mouth get bored. Each stage adds a new challenge, and your fluency grows layer by layer. Most learners give up because their practice feels boring and empty. But if you practice this way, your training feels alive, emotional, and useful, and that keeps you motivated to continue day after day. Here's another secret about repetition. Don't practice 10 sentences once. Practice 1 sentence 10 times. Why? Because fluency is not about the number of sentences you know. It's about the number of sentences you can say naturally, smoothly, and confidently without thinking. 1 strong sentence is more valuable than 10 weak ones. So choose fewer sentences, but repeat them more deeply. To make this practical, I want you to create a small fluency bank. Choose 5 powerful sentences that you want to use in daily life. For example, I can do this. I'm learning every day. I will not give up. Let me help you. That's a good idea. Practice these 5 daily using the 5-step repetition method. In 1 month, they will feel like part of your natural voice. And once they feel natural, add 5 more. Slowly, your fluency bank will grow, and your speaking confidence will rise with it. Remember, repetition is invisible work. No one sees you repeating in front of the mirror, or recording yourself at night, or practicing in the shower. But people will notice the results. They'll hear your fluency, they'll feel your confidence, and they'll wonder how you became so comfortable in English. They won't see the practice, but you will know. You earned it through consistent, smart repetition. Let's finish this part with a powerful affirmation. Say with me right now, I don't repeat to remember. I repeat to become. Say it once slowly, again with energy, and one more time fast, like a promise to yourself. Because repetition is not just practice, it's transformation. Each time you repeat, you are building a new version of yourself, a more fluent, more confident English speaker. So as you continue your journey, don't just watch videos or read lessons. Speak out loud, repeat sentences, feel the rhythm, add the emotion. Make repetition your best friend, because every fluent speaker you admire has repeated sentences hundreds of times. In the mirror, on the bus, in private. That's the real secret of fluency. And now, it's your turn to use it. We've covered so much together already. You've learned how to wake up your mouth with simple warm-ups, how to practice in the mirror for confidence, how to use fluency loops for speed, how to master clusters for flow, how to connect your brain and your mouth through emotion and meaning, and how to repeat in smart, powerful ways that actually build fluency. And now, in this final part, I want to give you the truth that will tie everything together and motivate you to keep training every single day. Here is the truth. If you don't train, you will stay stuck. And staying stuck is not about your intelligence, not about your memory, not about your ability. It's simply about habits. Fluency is built in the small daily moments when you choose to open your mouth instead of staying silent. Every 5 minutes of practice, every short repetition, every little cluster you master adds up. And in 30 days, you'll feel the difference. In 90 days, people around you will notice. And in 1 year, you'll look back and realize you created a new version of yourself in English. Too many learners spend years watching videos, reading grammar books, and listening quietly without ever speaking, and they stay silent, not because they can't learn, but because they never trained their mouths. They collected knowledge, but they never transformed it into fluency. And that is the trap I don't want you to fall into, because you deserve to speak, to be heard, to express your ideas clearly, and to feel proud of your English voice. Think of it this way. There are 2 kinds of learners. The first type collects information. They watch many hours of lessons, take notes, follow tips, and read books. But they never practice speaking aloud. And even after years, their mouth feels heavy, their words feel broken, and their confidence is low. The second type practices actively. They might watch less, but they speak more. They take one sentence, repeat it 5 different ways, act it out, record it, and use it in real life. They don't just collect, they transform. And in a short time, they sound fluent. The difference is not talent, the difference is training. So ask yourself honestly, which learner do you want to be? The one who knows but stays silent, or the one who practices and speaks with freedom? You already know the answer. You're here because you want to become the second type, the A active learner, the fluent speaker. And that begins not tomorrow, not someday, but right now. With your next repetition, your next 5 minutes, your next cluster, your next mirror session, I want you to imagine something. Imagine yourself 30 days from today. You've practiced every day for just 5 minutes. You've warmed up your mouth, shadowed sentences, repeated clusters, and spoken with emotion. And now, you stand in front of a friend or in a meeting or in a classroom, and when it's your turn to speak, your mouth doesn't freeze. Your words don't break. Instead, your sentences come out smoother, faster, and more natural than ever before. Your friend looks at you and says, "Wow, your English has improved so much." And you smile, because you know it wasn't luck. It was training. This is the power of consistency. Fluency is not built in one big lesson. It's built in the small, invisible sessions that no one else sees. The mirror practice at night, the short recordings in the morning, the quick repetitions before bed. Those are the moments that transform your mouth into a fluent English-speaking machine. And when you train like this, fluency is not a dream anymore. It becomes your reality. Now, I want to give you one final daily practice routine that brings everything together. Warm up your mouth for 1 minute with lip rolls, tongue stretches, and jaw loosening. Then stand in front of the mirror and say one powerful sentence 5 times with energy. Then shadow 2 short sentences from a native speaker video. Then do a fluency loop with 1 sentence, slow, normal, and fast. Then finish by recording yourself saying 2 sentences with emotion. All of this takes 5 minutes, just 5 minutes. But if you do it daily, your English will change faster than you imagine. Remember, your mouth is like a muscle, and just like in the gym, you don't get results from working out once. You get results from working out daily. The same applies to fluency. You can't just speak once a week and expect progress. You must speak daily, even for a few minutes. That's how you build the muscle memory of fluent speech. And please don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't say, "I'll start when I'm ready." Don't say, "I'll start when I know more vocabulary." Don't say, "I'll start when I feel confident." Confidence does not come before practice. Confidence comes after practice. The more you train, the more your confidence grows. And one day, without even realizing it, you'll find yourself speaking fluently in situations that used to terrify you. Here's something important. Fluency is not about sounding like a native speaker. You don't need an American accent or a British accent or any other accent. You just need to sound smooth, clear, and confident in your own voice. People don't respect perfection. They respect clarity and confidence. So focus on training your voice to be your best version, not a copy of someone else. Own your English, own your rhythm, own your style. Let's finish this lesson with affirmations. These are short, powerful sentences you can repeat daily to Remy and yourself that you are building fluency. Say them with me slowly. I am training my mouth every day. I will not be silent anymore. My voice is strong. My English is clear. I can speak fluently because I practice daily. Repeat each one with emotion, as if you truly believe it, because the more you say them, the more your brain believes them. And when your brain believes, your mouth follows. I also want you to remember that fluency is freedom. Freedom to express your feelings, to share your ideas, to connect with others, to open doors in your career, and to explore the world with confidence. When you train your mouth, you're not just learning English, you're creating freedom for yourself. Freedom to speak, to belong, to succeed. And that freedom is worth every minute of practice. So promise yourself today that you will not stay silent anymore, that you will not let fear control your voice, that you will not wait for permission to speak. This is your language now. This is your voice now. This is your time now. And if you train consistently, no one can take this from you. I want to thank you deeply for staying with me through this lesson. You've done something powerful today. You've invested time in your fluency, and every word you repeated with me has brought you one step closer to your goal. And I'm so proud of you for that. Remember, fluency is not a dream for other people. It's a reality waiting for you if you just keep training. So keep going, keep practicing, and keep believing in yourself. Your fluency is growing every single day, even if you don't always notice it. And one day soon, you'll open your mouth and realize that English is no longer difficult. It's your voice, your tool, your power, and you will smile knowing that you earned it. Thank you so much for learning with me today. I'm Sarah, and it has been a pleasure guiding you through this lesson. Remember to keep practicing daily, even for 5 minutes, because small steps lead to big results. And never forget, your English voice is worth training because it will change your life. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell icon so you don't miss future lessons. I'll see you in the next session. Keep practicing, keep believing, and keep speaking. Your fluency is waiting for you.